Hey everyone, it's Fun Around. My name is Jordan. This is going to be a video for Friday's slate. We have a massive slate, 3 total games to take a look at. So I'm gonna say this: maybe don't go too crazy for this slate. We have a couple of potential blowout games here. I believe 2 out of 3 of them have high potential for blowouts. So could be one you just kind of put a little bit on if you feel like you need to bet to enjoy the games or whatnot, or maybe go watch Unrivaled with the 3-on-3 WNBA. Actually, that has been somewhat entertaining. So I'm gonna break down some matchups that I like. I do have one pick for a game that I just hope it's not a blowout because it's just so beautiful for overs, but I will talk about that in a second. So when the image just come up on the screen for the pick and I go through the data, that is from a data app called Outlier. There will be links in the description that will give you a 7-day free trial for Outlier. So the first game I want to talk about is the Hornets and the Trailblazers. The Trailblazers, they just blew out the Magic 101-79. So they're looking pretty good. They did not have DeAndre Ayton, so I don't know what his status is going to be. But the Hornets are pretty beat up. They just got news that Brandon Miller will be out for the season, so that is sad to see. A very high potential guy with high draft pick. And then we have Miles Bridges and LaMelo Ball are both questionable. So hopefully they can play so we can have a competitive game here, because the Blazers are kind of feeling it right now. The Blazers have some guys who can score all over the board. I kind of need to see their lines to feel good about taking one of them, because it's either like Anthony Simon's night or it's Denny Avdia's night or Jeremy Grant's back. They got a lot of guys, but one guy I do want to point out for the Hornets who has just been on a tear. And in the last game that they played, they were being blown out, and it came down to these two guys. LaMelo Ball was just taking a bunch of threes and taking a bunch of jump shots, trying to catch up. And then this guy, Mark Williams, he was just getting dunk after dunk after dunk, going the free throw line over and over, just at will. And he has been able to just go to another level. And his minutes are getting in the 30s. So previously he was playing near like 20 minutes. And it was slowly going up, and he was still able to do so much in so little time. Now Nick Richards has been traded, and it's just kind of like just all out. He's just been dominating. So his points line, his rebounds line is probably going to be pretty high. But even if LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges play, that will probably bring it down a little bit. And he has just been on a tear. So the matchup against the Blazers, they give up the 7th most points to the center position and the 11th most rebounds to the center position. And over the last 5 games where he's been playing 30-plus minutes, he's averaging 25 points, 14 rebounds, and 3 assists. You can even throw in the assists there if you're taking like a points and a rebounds line, and assists is just 2 extra for PRA. You could go with that. Clearly, these lines are not out yet. That's why I'm breaking down the matchup. It did really well with the last video, just breaking down the matchups and the players. Like I talked about the Nuggets giving up a bunch of assists to the Kings. I talked about Sabonis, Malik Monk, Fox. If you had taken over on all of their assists, you would hit on every single one of them. So breaking down the matchups is sometimes you can just blindly go with the matchup, and you can do well. But you do need to take a look at the lines and decipher whether you think it's too high or not. I mean, that is part of the process. But Mark Williams should have a great game here, great opportunity. If those two guys are out, this could end up being another blowout. This is not one of the 2 of the 3 that I felt is going to have blowout potential. I feel like LaMelo Ball and Bridges, they should play. They weren't out like the previous game or anything like that. So Mark Williams, keep an eye out for him. So if you guys could, please like the video. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, you can just leave a comment. It helps the algorithm and all that. You can just say hello, and that helps. And also, if you use Prizepicks, there are other apps out there. There are other options. You don't have to just stick to Prizepicks, and you can compare lines and all that kind of stuff with Prizepicks. Prizepicks likes to have a lot of flat lines, and the payouts aren't as great, or you don't get as many options. So check out Underdog Fantasy, Sleeper, ParlayPlay, ChalkBoard, or BETR. BETR will match your first bet up to $250. The rest will match your first deposit up to $100. Links are in the description. That'll take you there. Promo code is fine around 11 for all those matches. So this next game is the Cavaliers at the 76ers. Cavaliers are 10-point favorites. Evan Mobley is out, which is starting to concern me a little bit as a Cavaliers fan. I thought it was just a little minor thing, but he continues to miss games. This has blowout potential because Sixers are missing a lot of guys. Cavaliers do suck against the point guard position, so this is a good spot for Tyrese Maxey to just run up a bunch of points on them. The leading scorer the last game, the Rockets game against the Cavaliers, was Fred VanVleet. So they really struggle against the point guard position. So you could look at that, but this is one that scares me. So I'll just have to see where someone like Tyrese Maxey comes out at. And the last time the Cavaliers played and Evan Mobley didn't play, George Niang rebounds was super low at like 3.5. He's been a big beneficiary of him being out. And then Dean Wade has been another guy who's been able to rack up some good stats with Evan Mobley out. So we'll see. And obviously Jared Allen's going to have a good matchup with Embiid not there. So keep an eye out for the pinned comments where I normally will put extra plays that I see later, and I start digging into the data. And then this final game, man, it's like beautiful but scary at the same time. So it's the Pelicans at the Grizzlies. Grizzlies are 11.5-point favorites. Pelicans give up the second most points in the NBA over the past month. The Grizzlies give up the 8th most points. Both of these teams play at a fast pace. Both of these teams give up a lot of points, like I said, a lot of scoring. It's just the Memphis Grizzlies, when they blow teams out, they blow them out quickly, and their backups continue the blowout very well. So I have a pick from this game, just assuming that we're going to have somewhat of a competitive game, because they have played twice this year and they have been close, not like super close, but they've been respectable to where guys are able to go over their lines. The Pelicans haven't been playing awful lately. It's just the Memphis Grizzlies. They have a guy like Luke Kennard who can come off and, I don't even know how many threes he made last game. It was like 5-6 threes. Santi Aldama off the bench scoring a ton of points, and then they just run fast. They play like 10 deep, and for those lines, I kind of want to see what those backup guys' lines kind of look like first before I go and take like a Desmond Bane at 21.5 points, or Jaren Jackson Jr. or Ja Morant, because when they get these blowouts, it's like a couple of these guys are going to go over, and then the rest are going to be under. So hopefully this is competitive and it's just a shootout. That's what we're hoping for, because it's a firework matchup, and it's beautiful. It's just scary. So scared money don't make money is what they say, but be careful, be safe with this game. So the pick that I do like, first I should mention Zion Williamson is going to be out, and he's out for conditioning reasons, which is strange because they're not on a back-to-back. They haven't played, so I don't know. My pick's going to be Trey Murphy over 28.5 points plus rebounds at -115. You could go CJ McCollum. He scored very well, scoring in those first two games. He has scored well in the past two games that he has played. The rest of the games are very inconsistent, pretty bad. Trey Murphy's been more consistent, and he does well when Zion is not there. When Zion's there, Zion takes up a lot of volume, and Trey kind of takes a step back. But when Zion is not there, Trey Murphy is not afraid to take a ton of shots. So he has gone over this in 5 out of the last 6 games and 10 out of the last 14 games total. So recently, he has been doing very well, and you'll see why I added the rebounds in here. It's 5 extra to his points line. So the matchup, the Grizzlies give up the second most points to the small forward position, and they give up the 7th highest 3-point percentage to catch and shoot shooters. So I checked the league to see who is a good catch and shoot shooter or who gets a lot of volume like that. And Trey Murphy, 4th in the league for catch and shoot shooting and field goal attempts. And he was, one of the highest percentage shooters in that range, shooting 40% over the past month, catch and shoot. This is going to be a fast-paced matchup. They're going to get on fast breaks. He's going to find the corner. They're going to give it to him. He's going to throw it up there. We just need him to knock it down and get rebounds on misses in this fast-paced matchup. So if you take a look at his head-to-head, the 2 games this season, he went over, and you'll see that very first game, the rebounds helped him go over the line. So that is why I'm adding the rebounds here. The rebound matchup is kind of like mid. It's not amazing like the points matchup is, but the rebounds did help him get over that first time. So I can safely say he has gone over 100% of the time this year with this points plus rebounds. And then if you look at CJ McCollum, he's gone over in those first 2 games versus the Memphis Grizzlies in scoring. So and to add on to that, home and away, he's gone over in 5 straight road games. So that's not anything to worry about him playing on the road. Huge matchup here for betting. It's just been bad, man. It's been bad lately with these blowouts. You can make the best reads in the world, and a blowout can just ruin it. That's my breakdown of that game. It is a fireworks matchup. The fireworks matchups did pretty well. And if you'd like to discuss those lines, I do have a Discord. Link is in the description. If you're new here, that is free. You can talk about lines all day long with other people. It's like a town square or whatever. You can just bring your research for all different kinds of sports. And to recap the last video, I did have a Miles Turner play for points. I think later in the day, I learned that, just everybody had Miles Turner pretty much. Since I had filmed the day before, I got him at 13.5, and he got 14 points. So I think a lot of people took that bump line and they all missed. So it was like a popular play that missed. But if you got it before it was popular, it hit. So it hit for me, but most people did not get that. And then the pinned comment, I had Scotty Barnes. In the video, I pointed out his points matchup was one of the best. His rebounds was 10th most, and then his assist was the best. So I went with rebounds assists just based off history. And this is the thing with Outlier. Whenever you see Outlier, you'll see like, okay, rebounds assists he's done really great at recently. Points, rebounds, assists not so much, but the matchup is there for points, rebounds, and assists. And if you had taken it, you probably would have went over. I know for a fact points, assists went over. So rebounds, assist missed. He was on pace, and then he just kind of dropped off there in the second half and just started scoring a ton. And then I had Jokic for a triple-double. I mentioned that in the video. He's just on a tear right now, triple-doubles. It was at plus 100. And then I said take his rebounds, assists. It's a little bit safer if you want to go with that. And the funny thing was triple-double was plus 100, and then rebounds, assist was minus 115, and that was 21.5. So if he got the triple double, then he's at 20. So he would just need 2 more to get that, extra 15 cents. So I feel like the pricing there was pretty good for the rebounds, assist. And then let's say he gets 9 assists, he can still easily go over the rebounds assist line. So that's one to keep an eye out on. If they keep it at 21.5 and he stays in these fast paced matchups, he's just killing it right now. So triple double and the rebounds assist hit. I mentioned the assist for Malik Monk, De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis. I said they all have a good assist matchup, and then I put up on the screen De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk. I said these guys had the lower line, so these are probably the ones you want to look at, but they all hit, and I had Malik Monk in the pin comment, and then I put a parlay in there, just waiting on Vucevic double. If that happens, then the parlay hit for like plus 124 or something like that. So overall, it was a pretty good day, and I feel like it's because I had fun with it. I had fun with that video and making that video, just going through the fun matchups and all that. And when you're having fun, you're not stressing out. You're not overthinking things. So I didn't look into the Unrivaled. I said I was going to put those near the end of the videos. All I know is the laces. I'm pretty sure the laces with Alyssa Thomas. So the Unrivaled started out with their first 2 games. They were very high scoring, and it looked like it was going to be a high scoring type of league where they're kind of scoring in the 70s, 80s. But the laces with Alyssa Thomas, who plays very good defense, I was like, she's not going to fit in with this. And they were near the bottom for winning it all. They're now the second favorite. They play defense, and they just shut the teams down. So keep an eye out for the laces, and you could take them to win on the spread or whatever. I did take a look, and yeah, I would take their spread. They're just playing really great. They can score, and they're playing defense. It's like almost like the All-Star game, and then you have one team come in and actually play defense and kind of shut teams down. And they're like, come on, man, we're just trying to have fun. That's the laces pretty much. So you could make some money on their spread. I think they're going to be very tough out over this season that they're playing. So just a quick thought on the Unrivaled. I'm gonna get this edited and get it out to you. God bless you all. I hope you all do well on this very small slate. So God bless you. It's fun around. My name is Jordan. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.